Hello and welcome back to Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts. It's September 1952 and we're just about to engage a very large Italian task force. Only one battleship versus my four, but quite a few other ships. A whole bunch of light cruisers. And yeah, lots of other boats as well. Torpedo boats probably not that much of a threat, depending on their torpedo range. Some of these are even very slow. So let's see how this is gonna go. $18 DDs, yeah. Well, 27 if you count the torpedo boats. 37 ships in total. Now I've got the there we go. My two torpedo boats were just here to protect me from submarines. But they do have a 25-kilometer torpedo range. Although the enemy is out of range. Let's get my stuff organized. All 4 battleships, 1 division. London, you can join in with your sisters. This is the new Belfast class of heavy cruisers, technically, but really more like medium cruisers. They've got 8-inch guns. Kind of decent armor. They're actually very fast. I forgot about that. Got a couple of Cleveland 2 cruisers, light cruisers, and some DD-32s. I might actually want my my cruisers to screen. Okay, some of those random shots actually hit. It takes a short moment for the game to actually register the weather effects at the start of a battle. So I got some free shots out. Torpedo boats, just go home. Battleships, you may want to just hang out behind. DDs. Let's just select some torpedo targets into the swarm. Hopefully we're gonna score some hits. Okay, we're already getting torpedo hits, and those are not my torpedoes being launched. So that means we have incoming torpedoes. Yeah, we've scored 11 torpedo hits, and my torpedoes are only now actually being launched. Let's see, you've launched. Yeah, none of their torpedoes have made it to the enemy yet. So all of this is red on red torpedo damage. Which is fine. I will take the free damage if I can get it. I don't mind. Let's just not be where those I'm just assuming not all of the enemy torpedoes were absorbed by enemy ships. So some of them are probably heading my way. There we go. More torpedo hits. These might be my torpedoes. Well, let's see. You scored 2 torpedo hits. And you scored 1 torpedo hit. So far I've got 3 of these torpedoes are mine. It's 4 possibly. Might have been an enemy torpedo. Hard to tell. We're blowing things out of the water. I don't know what, but things are dying. Oh, battleships are doing things. Let's see. Yeah, you scored also 1 torpedo hit. But all my DDs are in good shape. So they might just hang around. Come back for another run later. I wish my battleships would get their stuff together and stop zigzagging so much. Yeah, all of their speeds have been reduced. So that's not the issue. It's just the game being the game. Spread out our fire a little bit. Don't know what I'm actually firing at here. These are light cruisers. So it would be nice if my cruisers would load AP. Okay, will you sail in a straight line if I speed you up? Yeah, there's a lot of damage being dished out here. Oh, I think Los Angeles has taken a torpedo hit. You took 2 torpedo hits. You're just gonna detach and go home. Here we go. Go down to double game speed. A little bit more manageable. My battleships have formed some kind of a staggered column. What are these guys doing? Okay, now my battleships can start hitting the enemy battleship, which has taken some torpedoes by the looks of it. Don't think all of that damage was from gun hits. Battleships, AP. Look at this. Why can't you just sail in a straight line? The cruisers are managing it. Okay, we found another bunch of lighter ships. Don't know if those are light cruisers or DDs or what have you. Here we go, battleship Lepanto. You've not taken any torpedoes. That's surprising. Let's see. Vladivostok, Brooklyn, London. You can get that guy. They are kind of straightening out. These are DDs, maybe? Five-inch guns on these are actually doing a pretty good job. Light cruiser is doing a pretty good job. London. Target that guy. Okay, battleships, you might actually want going with normal distance, maybe that helps. Langley and Montgomery are dealing with whatever this is. That's a light cruiser. You should fire AP at the light cruiser. Don't remember what kind of armor the Italian light cruisers had, but I don't think it was a lot. So ideally my heavy cruisers would be engaging the enemy light cruisers, my light cruisers would be engaging the enemy DDs and torpedo boats, but this is what we have. and it seems to be working. Maybe I want to just detach you two. Maybe that will make it easier to keep a formation. Let's get the 8-inch guns on this guy. And you're definitely going to be firing AP. Now we've caught up to the DDs again. Yeah, they're all like very heavily damaged from eating so many of their own torpedoes. My battleships are doing a little bit better job of not just random zigzagging. Lost sight of the enemy battleship. Don't worry, we're gonna reacquire. Yeah, this poor little boat. My medium cruisers have done a good job. There we go. Enemy battleship has been reacquired. There's a radar ping up here. Don't know if it's an actual... Yeah, it is an actual ship. 2 actual ships. More than 2. Lots of ships. Lots of ships, lots of destruction. Let's see, battleships. You're still focusing the battleship, or are you focusing something else? Because you should be focusing the battleship. There we go, the Belfasts are putting in the work. I thought for a moment it was only the battleship left, but that's simply because I just lost count of the number of enemy ships that exploded. Also, I've forgotten about my own DDs. They're on their way to somewhere. Lepanto, no flooding. But this class does have triple bottom and anti-torp 5. Which grants a lot of protection from flooding. Are these DDs or light cruisers? DDs, I think. Let's catch up. Firing HE at that battleship, but at this point it's closer to structural failure than flooding, so might as well. Yeah, they're all out of torpedoes. Reduced ammo torpedoes. Okay, yeah. That makes sense. That's why they haven't launched after that initial volley that mainly hit their own ships. The battleship goes down. I was not there to watch it, but I have a lot of ships to control. Before the end. Also reduced torpedoes for the torpedo boats. Where are the remaining ships? There are more ships here. Here we go. And here we go. DD. Also a DD. Good hit. Not a good hit. That's some flooding. Should slow it down. This poor guy running for his life. Out of torpedoes, out of friends, out of luck. That was the end. Alright. 30,000 victory points. Sunk 37 ships for no losses. 170 crew lost versus almost 17,000. Not bad. Not bad. Who did the most damage? Ohio. With 348,000 damage. My DDs. One torpedo hit. One torpedo hit. No, this one 2 torpedo hits actually. I think one of them might have been a dud. That's why it's got kind of low damage. Who took a torpedo? Los Angeles. You took 2 torpedo hits. Those were the only 2 torpedoes that hit me. Now, let's take a look at which ships did a lot of damage with torpedoes. How much first? You took 10,190 torpedo damage. You did 4,000 to something. Probably one of your own ships. You scored 6 torpedo hits. Probably on your own ships. 2 torpedo hits. 2 torpedo hits. 1 torpedo hit. 1 torpedo hit. Yeah, so my my cruiser probably ate 1 torpedo from each of 2 different ships. But that's impressive. 43,000 torpedo damage. 6 torpedo hits. I only took 2. So, yeah. Good torpedo launch there. Supposedly this has been fixed in 1.5. I still think it's kind of funny. Anyway, let's see what more this year, this month has to offer. And oh wow. Let's see if we can get a repeat of that last battle. Ideally, the last task force would be dealing with this, having 4 battleships instead of 2 and a squadron of heavy cruisers, but yeah, I think we're just gonna have to make do. We got the Constitution and United States armed with 12 and 9 17.5 inch guns respectively. We got some Clevelands. Got some one DD-46 and a couple of DD-45s. And a lot of torpedo boats. So let's see if we're able to score more torpedo hits than the enemy this time. Alright. Let's get stuff organized. Cruisers join up. Battleships, you're good to go. We're gonna turn this way, I think. DDs, you are good to go. 2 different classes, but yeah, I think it's gonna be alright. 26-kilometer torpedo range on both of them. That is fine. Torpedo boats, I think I just want to have you in one big squadron. And you only have 1 launch of torpedoes each, so once they are in the water you can just heck off back home. Alright, distance to enemy is 32 kilometers. That's alright. You're taking returning fire. Ooh, wow. Big hits on something. Wow, these 17.5s, whatever they are hitting, is having a very, very bad day. Sadly, my torpedo boats are already taking fire, so I just want to assign targets, get the torps in the water. You on that guy, you on that guy, you on that guy. Actually on that guy. I only have 3 DDs, but they carry a lot more torpedoes than my torpedo boats. Aggro. Aggro. Just gonna have to make sure my light cruisers don't eat my own torpedoes. Do not want to repeat what the Italians did. All my torpedo boats are launched. They can now go home. You have launched. You have not launched. You have launched. Okay, target that guy. It's a bigger group of ships. There we go. You're gonna detach, go home alone. And we're gonna have to mess around with you guys too, I guess. Not just have you sail in a straight line and have the rearwards DDs eat a bunch of shots meant for the leading ship. My torpedo boats are getting home safe. There we go. Torpedoes are hitting. Got 3 torpedo hits thus far. 5. Including some on the battleships. They're not doing a lot of damage because the enemy has anti-torp 5, like the Italians had. Nine torpedo hits now. And I think those are all actually my torpedoes. Yeah, Constitution United States. I want you to speed up a little bit. You're taking a lot of punishment right now. Only 11,000 damage though from those 9 torpedo hits. which pales in comparison to what my 17-inch guns have been doing. Let's see, target that ship and hit it with AP. Constitution up to 5.7% crew loss. Just from all the small gun HE spam she's been eating. My light cruisers are getting into the fight now. Let's see. We had an Italian ship on the thumbnail last time. It's time for the French. With their quad gun, all forward main gun thing. It is very French. Not gonna take away from that. Actually, battleships, I think you're just better off going independent. Just sailing in the straight line. It's two singular ships. So you're not constantly maneuvering, trying to follow one another. Let's see. There we go. First French battleship down. Next, Magenta and France. Let's take a look at the French light cruisers. Hello. Not very fast. 4.3 inch armor belt. Only 187 million. Gen 1 radar. I mean, not terrible, but also quite slow for a light cruiser. 29 knots. Also not a lot of armor. You have torpedoes. They are 19.9 inch. 19.9 kilometer, 23 inch torpedoes. That's a different class. This one is fast. So I want to kill it first, while it's being slowed down by these two. So this one, 4.3 inch guns, very light, Lots of torpedoes. I think we saw this in yesterday's episode? Or was that just an Italian cruiser that looked like it? I've forgotten. French heavy cruiser, decent speed. Okay armor. Gen 3 radar. 7.2 inch guns. Alright. Yeah, my light cruisers are doing a pretty good job destroying the enemy light cruisers. But I think they're gonna struggle with the heavy cruiser. With its 6 inches of armor. Yeah, I would have to get within... ooh, what? Lost a torpedo boat? Where was it? Oh, it was still here. Trying to get home. Alright, so the French sent a bunch of cruisers off to get it. I mean, that's fine. So one torpedo boat down. I just assumed it was safe, but... yeah. So what I want to do now is just deal with these ships. And then turn a little south. Why are you going so slow? .8 kilometer torpedoes. Magenta goes down. One battleship remaining. This poor light cruiser. 4.3 inches of armor. That's decent for a light cruiser. It's just not enough when you're gonna plod around at 28.5 knots straight towards my gun line. Not enough to keep you alive, mon ami. Okay, let's change course a bit. All the battleships are down. Alright. Safran. Desaix. However, it's supposed to be pronounced. Safran. Isn't that the large French frigate they're fighting in Master and Commander? I think it is. That's such a good movie. Ooh, Cheyenne. What happened to you? Yeah, you took some 9-inch hits. That might even have happened a while ago. That's why the squadron is only going at 30 knots. I completely missed it. Cheyenne, you can retreat. I don't want to lose you. So. Okay, United States, you're gonna kill that cruiser. Yeah, the damage from the 17-inch guns. Even if the 7-inch guns have been just snacking on DDs and torpedo boats, and light cruisers, damage output from the battleship guns, very, very impressive. $451,000 for the USS Constitution, 151 for the United States, but she spent much of the battle just zigzagging behind Constitution before I split them up. Can you reach that torpedo boat? No, not quite. Quinette, dead. Leon Gambetta. Oh, we're all out of HE on the light cruisers. That's fine. That is fine. Yeah, it's the Cleveland one. They only have standard ammo, not increased. Could give them the Cleveland 2 refit. But most of the time they're only facing single enemy light cruisers and transports and such. The ammo is typically not a big problem. And there we go. That's the torpedo boat. And Leon Gambetta is very soon dead. A couple more of those big 17.5s slamming into it. You really only have standard shells on these. Didn't you make them heavy shells? There we go. And that was the last one. Yeah, no friendly torpedo frenzy this time. But we sunk 3 battleships. Yeah, you hit something with your guns. Probably this torpedo boat. You took 3 torpedoes for only 2,600 damage. 2 torpedoes, only 982 damage. Yeah. 462,000. I think that's my highest damage number for a single ship thus far. We are winning, but we're gonna fight to the end. That were the 2 mandatory battles this month. There's also a battle here. Light cruiser on light cruiser. Indianapolis class. Okay, that could be interesting. These are the light, kind of inspired by the real life Atlanta class, only armed with DD caliber 5-inch guns, facing off against a 6-inch gun armed light cruiser. Although mine is much faster. That could be interesting. We also have a convoy battle. These are very fast DDs, 38 knots. Lots of torpedo tubes. Burrasque. San Diego class heavy cruiser, 2 DD-45s, 5 transports on the enemy side. Here we go. Uses Ireland, facing off against a Padrona class battle cruiser. This one has 12 11.4-inch guns and a top speed of 36.7 knots. Mine has 12-inch guns and top speed of 37.6. Mine is a little bit more expensive. But all in all, just looking at the numbers, I would say they are quite evenly matched. This one somehow has 48,000 ton, almost 49,000 ton displacement out of 40,000 tons, so it's quite overweight. Don't know how the Italians managed that. Only 88% armor quality though. But that is for next time. But before I do anything, gotta remember invasion of Sicily, Eastern Sicily. And next turn we have to find somewhere to invade France. I'm thinking Corsica. Let's see, the ports here are tiny, so it's not that useful. But Sicily would be very useful. 2 very large ports, one being almost 500,000 tons capacity. You can put a battle fleet there. Alright, only 2 battles this episode, but they were quite big ones, so that's good. And next time, well, next time we're gonna play those last 3 battles, but next turn, we're probably gonna bring Japan to war. Austria-Hungary is now at war with us. Just haven't had any battles yet. Those are gonna come next month, I'm sure. Let's see, what do you have, Austria? Lots of stuff in Spalato. Exciting stuff. Do I have any like huge battle forces here? 2 battleships, 2 light cruisers. Do you not have any? Oh, the Florida class, almost. Almost commissioned. What I was about to say. Let's see, let's amass a task force here. Belfast class. That's good enough. Yeah, the Freedom and Liberty. Here we go. 2 Ireland class battlecruisers. They can just stay in port. Alabama and Wyoming. They're also gonna need you know what? I can send this task force here into Sunderland and join up with them. They're gonna be ready next month. It's gonna be very exciting to put Florida men to use. Do I have any Florida men in China? Ready to fight in Japan? Yeah, I do. In Xiamen. Do I have any escorts for them though? Tsingtao, those are the Ireland class. Wei Hai Wei, Fargo class, not ideal. It's kind of a lame ship. Savannah, legendary ship. You can protect the Florida men. Any more? Vladivostok, here we go. Yeah, I got plenty of ships here. Including some torpedo boats. Just so they have some submarine protection. What classes are these? Fargo class, Indianapolis. New Havens. I can get a couple more Fargo classes then. Not really ideal. Don't think their ASW value is that high. But it's better than nothing. Here we go. What am I doing here? I've got a huge squadron of light cruisers sitting here. Yeah, no, you guys can just go back into port. What were you, Savannah? Yeah, you can just stay in Hangzhou and generate some convoy missions. Just stay in Wei Hai Wei, because here we go. 4 Clevelands and 4 DD-46s. That's a good escort fleet for the 2 Florida men, I would say. Alright, with that taken care of, it's time to end the episode. Goodbye, and take care.